Welcome to Kansas Ag Report with your host, Brian Hallman.
Welcome to Kansas Ag Report. I'm Brian Hallman, and here's our lineup for today's show. In Ag News, we'll take a look at local and national headlines affecting Kansas farmers. In our Ag Feature, we sit down with Matt Teagarden, the incoming CEO of the Kansas Livestock Association, to talk about the future of KLA. Inside Kansas Ag gives us insight from KDA into the governor's upcoming water conference. And Kansas Soybean talks about the role biodiesel plays in agriculture. In the news you need to know, we get our weekly update from the Kansas Livestock Association. We'll look back at last week's market activity with the guys from Paragon, and we'll let you know about important events coming up around the state of Kansas. Glad you could join us.
Closed captioning brought to you by Dick Edwards in Manhattan, selling America's #1 truck, the Ford F-150, for over 30 years. DickEdwardsAuto.com.
Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. kansassoybeans.org.
Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution, Ag Risk Solutions. Dick Edwards Auto Plaza in Junction City, home of this year's Motor Trend Truck of the Year, Ram Truck. DickEdwardsAuto.com.
Here's our national headlines for this week in Ag News. At the National Milk Producers Federation annual meeting, Ag Secretary Tom Vilsack announced that the deadline to enroll in the Dairy Margin Protection Program has been extended to December 5th. The MPP program provides financial assistance to participating farmers when the margin falls below the farmer's coverage level. The index of prices received by farmers in October fell 8.4% from September. The crop index fell 10%, while the livestock index increased 4%. The October index of prices paid by farmers was unchanged. The higher prices farmers paid for feeder cattle, feeder pigs, milk cows, and supplements were offset by lower prices for concentrates, feed grains, diesel, and gasoline. And in local news, the application evaluation cutoff date for the NRCS's Environmental Quality Incentives Program in Kansas is November 21st. EQIP provides financial and technical assistance to agricultural producers who implement conservation practices to improve soil, water, air, and related resources on agricultural land. For more information, go to ks.nrcs.usda.gov/programs. The USDA has distributed $4.1 million in grants to land-grant universities through the Agri-Ability Program to assist the nation's growing population of farmers and ranchers living with a disability to continue to be active in production agriculture. Kansas State University has received $180,000 in grants for 2014. The Agri-Ability Program strives to enhance the quality of life for farmers, ranchers, and other agricultural workers with disabilities by helping them overcome challenges they may face in their chosen profession in agriculture. For more information, visit agriability.org. According to USDA's NASS, the October price received by Kansas farmers for winter wheat averaged $5.52 per bushel, down 8 cents from September's price. The corn price at $3.29 per bushel is down 9 cents, as was the soybean price for October, down $1.35 at $9.25 per bushel. The sorghum price averaged $5.74 per hundredweight, which is an increase of 33 cents from last month. Governor Brownback has announced that the state of Kansas will file formal comments with the EPA and the Army Corps of Engineers regarding the proposed regulations clarifying which bodies of waters are covered under the Clean Water Act. Leading officials and stakeholders continue to express concerns that the draft regulation would greatly expand the EPA's regulatory power, significantly impacting the state's agricultural and energy industries. Up next in our Ag Feature, we sit down with Matt Teagarden, the incoming CEO of Kansas Livestock Association, to talk about the future of KLA. You're watching Kansas Ag Report. Please stay tuned.
This segment brought to you by Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. grassandgrain.com.
A.B. Flint Motor Company, selling quality used cars and trucks in Southeast Topeka at 32nd and South Kansas Avenue. Integrity Gun and Pawn, 2 Topeka locations specializing in firearms and training. igpawn.com to learn more. Kansas Weed Commission, leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for weeds. Online at kswheat.com.
I'm Dr. Frank Lyons, a physician here at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. As one of the only standalone stem cell centers in the U.S., we use your stem cells as therapy for arthritis and some autoimmune diseases.
I'm Dr. Andrew Poe, here at Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Utilizing the latest technology under strict protocols, we're able to harvest your stem cells from your own fat to treat a variety of medical conditions. The best part about it is, it's a same-day surgical procedure and requires no general anesthesia.
American innovation is being driven in places you might not expect by people like Brent Hayek, an Oklahoma family farmer, who recently set a world land speed record in a Ford Super Duty pickup truck powered by renewable B20 biodiesel. Advanced performance is here, now, putting America on the fast track to more jobs and energy independence. Biodiesel, America's advanced biofuel.
At Ag Risk Solutions, we have been helping our clients make better crop insurance decisions since 1981. We always focus on helping you find the best coverage options for your farm, and it will give you peace of mind knowing you have a partner you can trust. To learn more about our agency, please visit our website, like us on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter. Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution.
Ag Risk Solutions is an equal opportunity provider.
Here at Blue River Traders, we have the greatest selection of rustic and western furniture in Kansas.
At Blue River Traders, you can select from an inventory of rustic lodge or western furnishings. With a designer on hand, Blue River Traders will help create the look you desire.
Dick Edwards is taking North Central Kansas by storm. We've been bending over backwards to exceed your car buying experience for over 30 years. Choose from one of our 9 different new car brands or from our second to none used selection. Currently, with over 700 vehicles to choose from, we definitely have the one for you. Whether you're coming from the north, south, east, or west, our sales and service departments will work tirelessly to do what's right for you. Dick Edwards in Manhattan and Junction City. Bending over backwards for you.
Thanks for staying with us this morning. We're joined by Matt Teagarden, the new CEO of the KLA. And Matt, thanks for joining us this morning. I'm sure you've got lots of requests to sit down and visit. It's a very important position here in the state of Kansas. What were your first thoughts when they said, Matt, congratulations?
Well, I was very excited, honored to have the opportunity to lead this outfit, such a great outfit. To lead this outstanding team that we have here, and it is a team, you know, that we work really well together, and we're going to continue to do the good work that we've always done on behalf of our members, and I'm just looking forward to having that opportunity to provide some leadership and continue the tradition that we have here of working for livestock producers, both here in Kansas and nationally.
And you brought that up. KLA is a membership-driven organization, and helping support those members is what KLA is about. What are you trying to bring to the table, or what are you going to bring to the table to help support those members?
I think that we need to continuously focus on providing value to our members, and that value looks differently depending on the type of member. We represent all segments, the grass operations, feed yards, dairy producers, and so we need to be cognizant of that and make sure that we're reaching each member and providing that value. And so that's certainly going to be a focus of ours as we move forward. And I think if you ask members, one of the first things they'll tell you, the reason that they belong to KLA is the lobbying, the legislative representation that they get. And so that'll continue to be a focus. We've got an excellent lobbying team that's down at the Capitol each and every day of the session, watching out for our members' interests, and we'll continue that focus. And and then work on some other value points for our members as we move forward.
18 months ago, the cattle industry didn't look good, or even 2 years ago, but now the cattle industry is at its peak. May never be this good again. We hope that it continues for the cattlemen across the state of Kansas. How do you support those members through the tough times, knowing that you're going to get to the better times?
Well, I think the thing that we can do is create an opportunity for them to be successful. Markets are going to vary. Weather, clearly, we haven't figured out a way to work on the weather yet. But as those things are variable, we want to create an opportunity for them to be successful when it presents itself.
Perfect. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll finish up on this question because I know there's a lot more that goes to that answer. You're watching Kansas Ag Report, and we'll see you in just a minute.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Your stem cells, your health, your life. Farmers Insurance, your best protection against the unexpected. Call Agent Dan Key at 785-408-5459. Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. grassandgrain.com. Blue River Traders, the finest selection of Western-style furniture for your home. BlueRiverTraders.com.
We're joined today by Matt Teagarden, the new CEO of KLA, and I think this is maybe your first TV interview, so we appreciate you taking the time and doing this. So we were kind of finishing up in the first segment of supporting producers through tough times, knowing you got to weather those to get to the good times.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we've worked a lot on here at KLA over the years and will continue to do is just protecting that business environment that our members count on. We don't go and ask government for help. We typically say just leave us alone and we'll get along just fine, and that will continue to be our focus. Our members know they'll have to deal with markets and the variability there, the weather variability, but when the opportunity presents itself to be successful and profitable, we don't want other things, outside forces, getting in their way and impeding that opportunity.
And you bring up markets. Let's talk real quick about the cool rags. It's a hot topic. I think it's something that most producers want to know. This is being worked on, and legislatively, you guys are working on that.
Yeah, so the WTO just recently ruled that our country of origin labeling program violates our trade agreements, and so there's an appeal process that may yet play out, but it's been our focus for several years and will continue to be that we need to get that program WTO compliant. Our two largest trading partners, Canada and Mexico, have filed that, and we just want to fix that. Whether it's a voluntary program, we repeal it altogether, we need to find a fix for that and solve that issue.
You're stepping in Dee Like's position. Dee, very successful CEO of KLA, moved the organization along very well. How important is it that you kind of continue to work through some of the things that he has started?
Well, it's very important. Dee's been just a tremendous mentor for me as I've gone through my career at KLA and in the association business, and he's done just an outstanding job of creating an environment here where we can be successful as a staff. I certainly want to continue that, and a strong sense of team here where we work together, decisions are made together, and we move the association forward that way. But I just can't say enough good things about the job that Dee has done, and I just hope that I'm able to continue that.
Real quick, we don't have much time. KLA's been around 120 years. Someone walks through the halls and 120 years from now sees your picture on the wall. What do you hope they think about you?
Well, I think that I hope to be seen in that same light, that I was a good caretaker of KLA and just continued that strong history.
Yeah. Matt, congratulations. It's an excellent opportunity, and I know the cattlemen across the state of Kansas are pleased that you're in the role. So,
thank you.
You're watching Kansas Ag Report, and we'll see you in just a minute. If you'd like to advertise your business on Kansas Ag Report, give us a call at 785-554-5974.
Biodiesel production significantly benefits the whole soybean industry, but one of its most important contributions is not highlighted often. Animal agriculture also benefits from biodiesel because soybean meal prices fall as more biodiesel is produced, allowing poultry and livestock producers to pay less for feed. That overlooked partnership results from soybeans being about 80% meal and 20% oil. Producing biodiesel raises demand for the oil, which can be obtained only by creating more soybean meal in the process. Demand for biodiesel creates demand for soybean oil, which in turn causes more crush and lowers the cost of soybean meal. That lowers the prices of poultry and livestock rations. A soybean checkoff funded study in 2010 found biodiesel production saved animal agriculture $4.8 billion in soybean meal costs from 2005 to 2009. On the other end of livestock production, biodiesel's demand for animal tallows also elevates the value of those products. In fact, the values of livestock fats more than doubled from 2007 to 2012. Learn more about both biodiesel and U.S. soybean farmers' #1 customer, animal agriculture, at kansassoybeans.org on the web.
A year has passed since Kansas Governor Sam Brownback challenged the Kansas Water Office and Kansas Department of Agriculture to develop a 50-year vision for our water supply. His message was clear. We needed to get out across the state and listen to stakeholders, and we did just that. We have visited with more than 12,000 Kansans, attended more than 250 meetings, and now are preparing to release the Kansas Water Vision at the Governor's Water Conference November 12th and 13th. The priority in the second draft will remain on voluntary, locally driven, and market-based solutions. We continue to hear and recognize that locally developed plans have the highest opportunity for long-term success. The state should provide the necessary tools and support to allow greater flexibility for the management of water resources at the local level. The Vision team continues to hear a local desire to conserve and extend the life of their aquifer. Local landowners and water right holders have the right and responsibility to determine their destiny with respect to long-term water use while balancing conservation and economic growth. The conference will be held November 12th and 13th at the Hilton Garden Inn in Manhattan. If you haven't already, please register by going to the Kansas Water Office website at www.kwo.org. We appreciate the effort and commitment by those who have participated in the Kansas Water Vision process. We look forward to seeing you in Manhattan as we finalize the next draft and work together to implement the vision.
This segment brought to you by Oldie Seed Farms, carrying soil-specific seed. Find them on the web at oldieseed.com. That's OHLDE seed.com. A.B. Flint Motor Company, selling quality used cars and trucks in Southeast Topeka at 32nd and South Kansas Avenue. Integrity Gun and Pawn, 2 Topeka locations specializing in firearms and training. igpawn.com to learn more. Impact Satellite, your local authorized DirecTV dealer. Impact Satellite at 785-554-5974.
Dick Edwards is taking North Central Kansas by storm. We've been bending over backwards to exceed your car buying experience for over 30 years. Choose from one of our 9 different new car brands or from our second to none used selection. Currently, with over 700 vehicles to choose from, we definitely have the one for you. Whether you're coming from the north, south, east, or west, our sales and service departments will work tirelessly to do what's right for you. Dick Edwards in Manhattan and Junction City, bending over backwards for you.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
Tammy the Pro Home Plus is all about providing warmth and kindness to aging individuals who find it difficult to live on their own. Tammy's team is made up of experienced caregivers and nurses committed to the highest level of individualized care, focusing on health and well-being, and assisting with nutrition, grooming, medications, therapies, and daily living needs, all in a warm, caring environment. Call Tammy the Pro Home Plus today at 785-383-7094 to learn how we can help.
The producer-funded Kansas Wheat Innovation Center was built to get improved varieties into the hands of farmers faster. Kansas Wheat, farmers advancing their future through wheat genetics research.
This hog is head over hoof for meal made from U.S. soybeans. Now, one hog isn't that impressive, but suppose we add another, and another, and another. Before long, you've got billions of hungry customers around the world all clamoring for the same thing. Our soybeans. Learn more about the billion-dollar appetite of animal agriculture at BeyondTheElevator.com. Brought to you by America's soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Dick Edwards is taking North Central Kansas by storm. We've been bending over backwards to exceed your car buying experience for over 30 years. Choose from one of our 9 different new car brands or from our second to none used selection. Currently, with over 700 vehicles to choose from, we definitely have the one for you. Whether you're coming from the north, south, east, or west, our sales and service departments will work tirelessly to do what's right for you. Dick Edwards in Manhattan and Junction City. Bending over backwards for you.
Since 1983, the Hydrobed has been utilized on cattle operations throughout North America. The Hydrobed equips your 3/4 or 1-ton truck for hay handling and feeding. Variable speed cable controls or the optional wireless remote enable you to haul, transport, and unroll 2 round bales weighing up to 3,000 pounds each. A mechanical free float automatically compensates for uneven ground and out of round bales, isolating you and the truck from impact of bale unrolling. To find out how the Hydrobed can improve your feeding efficiency, call or visit us on the web at triple-c-inc.com.
According to market analysts, improved moisture conditions, forecasts for more favorable weather, and record high cattle prices have turned many cow-calf producers in the direction of expansion. The cattle cycle has not experienced a significant expansion phase since the 1991 to 1996 period, when cow numbers rose by 1.7 million head. Those 6 years were marked by a large reduction in cow slaughter, a drop in the culling rate, and an increase in the number of replacement heifers held back. Comparing those same indicators, analysts have noticed all 3 currently point toward expansion on the horizon. Since 2012, the percentage of replacement heifers of the overall beef herd has been near or over 18%. Another key number is heifer slaughter as a percentage of total fed slaughter. This number has continued to decrease since 2010 and is expected to dip below 35% by the end of this year. During previous periods in the cattle cycle, when heifer slaughter dropped below 35% of total fed slaughter, expansion occurred. As the strong economic signals are expected to continue, growth in the cow herd will be heavily dependent on the weather. All regions are seeing improved conditions compared to the historically dry 2012, and most have seen improvement over 2013 range conditions. Market watchers believe if the pending El Nino continues to develop, which would bring extended cooler, wetter weather for many of the areas hardest hit by drought, expansion could last several years.
Good morning, I'm Chris Haverkamp, and this week we take a look at the upcoming USDA Crop Production Report. This month's report is released Monday morning, and the trend in the November report is one that holds very few surprises. This year, we have experienced planting and harvest delays, and as a result, we have seen data also be rather slow to appear in our summer reports. And therefore, if the same pattern continues, we could easily see the markets begin a sideways track and wait for more significant data to arrive in the December crop production report, which is out on December the 10th. Should the sideways pattern develop, we could also see renewed focus on the outside markets. With the US dollar at 4-year highs and traders wanting to label the US grain crop as uncompetitive, we must also note that crude oil prices are at 4-year lows as well. Therefore, even if we aren't as competitive as some countries on the price tag, this is just a portion of the story. Freight costs are a significant portion of final price and should not be overlooked by producers getting caught up and discouraged with the headlines. Yes, we believe the general bias for corn and soybeans is still bearish and a retest of contract lows may be in order. However, there are lots of quiet headlines developing right now, from geopolitical to currency valuations to energy prices. And in other words, the waters look rather choppy right now, so it may be time to keep your eyes on the horizon and not get pushed too off course and zig when you should have zagged. For questions on these comments, or if you're looking for a competitive bid on your farm stored grain, give us a call at 888-452-8751.
If you'd like to advertise your business on Kansas Ag Report, give us a call at 785-554-5974.
Closed captioning brought to you by Dick Edwards in Manhattan, selling America's #1 truck, the Ford F-150, for over 30 years. DickEdwardsAuto.com. Kansas Soybean Commission, the Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. kansassoybeans.org. Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution, Ag Risk Solutions. Dick Edwards Auto Plaza in Junction City, home of this year's Motor Trend Truck of the Year, Ram Truck. DickEdwardsAuto.com.
Well, that's our show for today. I hope you'll join us each week for more news and information about agriculture in the state of Kansas. I'm Brian Holman, and thanks for watching.
Here at Blue River Traders, we have the greatest selection of rustic and western furniture in Kansas.
At Blue River Traders, you can select from an inventory of rustic lodge or western furnishings. With a designer on hand, Blue River Traders will help create the look you desire.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
Tammy the Pro Home Plus is all about providing warmth and kindness to aging individuals who find it difficult to live on their own. Tammy's team is made up of experienced caregivers and nurses committed to the highest level of individualized care, focusing on health and well-being, and assisting with nutrition, grooming, medications, therapies, and daily living needs, all in a warm, caring environment. Call Tammy the Pro Home Plus today at 785-383-7094 to learn how we can help.